Welcome to Keep Playing, the podcast where we challenge you to stop playing for someone else's team and start building your own. We're here to bridge the gap between sports and business so you can lead, grow, and win. Game on. Hey, what's going on? Keep Playing podcast back at you again. Sonny Burt, my man Lance Johnson, brother from another mother.
Yes, sir.
Here again. And it is getting later in the year. Mm-hmm. It's November now, and it's Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And my son just asked me the other day, what's your favorite holiday? And it's Thanksgiving. It's just that time of year to just sit back, rejoice, give thanks, and just appreciate everything you have, right? Not think about the things that you might get or you could have, but really just reflect and rejoice on those blessings you already have in your life. You being one of those, I rejoice and so thankful for Lance, you being in my life for 15 years now. So it's just been an amazing ride, and being able to do this show with you, I just feel like it's a good opportunity. Just talk about giving, in a whole bunch of sense of the words. We are Keep Playing, and we're going to talk sports, we're going to talk business, but it's going to be really focused around blessings, giving, rejoicing, and just really embracing that at this time of the year is where we're at with everything going on in the world, and we don't even talk about that stuff. Right. But it's just the inevitable. And for me, I'm just so thankful for just this year, right? And every year I sit back and I think, did I accomplish anything this year? And this year just seems like it's one of those years where major progress has been made. I got a couple different businesses. My son's just excelling in hockey. Everything in life just seems to be pretty good, right? Not perfect. I don't think anything is ever perfect, but you can always strive for excellence and move forward with that. So let's talk about giving and thankfulness, and just for anybody that's listening, thank you for listening.
Yep, thank you.
And as we try and give our message, and that's really what we're all about here at Keep Playing, is sharing our message and giving back things that we've learned, I'll say the hard way. I wish going back 20, 25 years, I would have known more than I know now, especially in my sports world. Coming out of high school, I didn't really know, and I didn't have any guidance on how to get to that next level. And now I've learned, and I'm able to give back to my son, especially because I live with him every day, but other young athletes, and help guide them a little bit and give them some direction on that next step and what that next step might be. And even if they don't know, being able to use this platform, this podcast, to help them realize that everything you did in high school or wherever you got to in your sports can translate into something bigger and better, and those lessons are important. So that's what we're all about here.
Right.
It's just that kind of giving mentality.
Right.
So I've talked too much. Let's go, Lance.
You can't talk too much.
Give me some thankfulness. Give me some giving. I know you've had an amazing year this year as well. So
it's been a great year.
What you got for us?
Well, when you wake up in the morning, and you see that you got in my case, sometime a 14, 15-hour day in front of you of training and just doing a whole lot of different things. First thing you have to do is you have to be grateful. And I'm grateful for what I do. And when I become grateful, instead of me looking at what I have to do, then that gives you that thankfulness right then and there. And then you start having gratitude for all the people that's in your life. So again, thank you for being in my life, just like how you said that, because it's exactly, we wouldn't be here right now if we didn't collaborate, if we didn't have a great relationship. The relationship I have with your family, I'm grateful for. And like you said, during this time of the year, it's about trying to figure out a way to not so much think about how you can score. If you think about it in sports, the greatest teams are the teams that have great point guards, great quarterbacks, and business is the same way. When the manager or the owner of the company comes in, or in my case, we got a person that owns a gym who always thinks about how he can better the trainers around him, even though that some of us trainers are independent contractors and we're not working for him. He's always thinking about how he can provide for us. That makes me grateful to be able to be under his roof. And I think throughout life, when you look at the reflection of your year and you look at all the things that you thought you should have did, but you're not sitting around like, oh, depressed about it, but you feel like it's something that I left on the table. How you reverse that is by saying, think of the things that you just did and the things that you accomplished, and how you still have enough in the tank to keep going. You might not be where you want to be, but just keep going. So if you get in the habit of thinking, hey, these people around me that I'm grateful for, and the people that help me keep going, I keep sowing these seeds of gratitude to them. Going back to that bamboo tree, you might not see the anything rising on the top, but things are growing underneath, so that when everything does decide to blossom, it grows at a fast rate. So those seeds of gratitude that you decide to sow, especially at this time of the year, could be seeds that you're going to see blossom into something big going into next year. So keep that grateful heart. Think about always, how can I assist more than I score? And if I think like that, the people around me is going to always eat. And those same 10 people that I'm feeding, all 10 of those people are going to try to feed back into me. I don't want to have that mindset that you got to feed back into me. I'm giving to you so you can give back to me. But that's just the law of nature. You give, people are going to always give back to you. So think about, how can I just keep that stream of giving going so that you can get that flood of not only just having the right people around you being successful, but that flood of people having support for you, making sure that you don't fall.
And I love you. You set me up. You lobbed a ball here for me just to take a big swing at, because I'd be remiss if we didn't really bring this into what we're really passionate about with the sports and the business world. Is you want to build a brand.
Yeah. And
the best way to build a brand is to give.
Yeah.
The more you give, the more, you said it, you'll receive. Mm-hmm. But that's not the intention.
Exactly.
Right? The intention is to just give. Mm-hmm. But law of reciprocity, it's going to come back to you, tenfold, 20-fold. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way we live our lives. And, one of my biggest things this year, I got involved with a nonprofit called the Be Kind Foundation. And, I'm the vice president now. And we did a huge gala for breast cancer awareness back in October. So we raised a bunch of money, and we're going to donate that all to breast cancer awareness charities and really help in that world. And I think about that more than, the money I've made this year. That's just little. It doesn't matter as much, but to see the smile and the rejoice in people's faces when you hand them a check and you help them out, that's where life is worth living. And it's just amazing, when you build your brand. Yeah. I'm out giving, and I've seen it come back. And I see people now approach me about, hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And I am just that type of giver. And, there's times I go to someone's house to work on the air conditioner, and, it didn't really need a whole lot taken care of. And, it's on the house.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not out there to try and make $1 million off of, one customer, right? But maybe they'll refer me to the next customer, and I can help them out too. So it's just that feeling to be able to give and build your brand.
Yeah.
And build your brand around giving is where I'm at in life.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get there. Mm-hmm. But once that light bulb clicked, and it can click for you too.
Yeah.
Give more than you receive, and you'll see your life change.
Yeah. My mom used to always talk about the best way to describe parenthood is just spell it out with the word sacrifice. And you talking about the things that you did for the breast cancer awareness association that you were in, and that you gave back to them. A lot of times it's just like, if you relate that to sports, my mind's always thinking about sports. Those are those hustle plays that people don't see. Those people don't get the glory. The people that you see dive on the ball for the loose balls and make that extra move or do something where they sacrifice their whole body for that, go over the fence to catch that ball, or or you see in business the managers that's up all day trying to make sure that his employees have what they need to be successful, and the work that you do on the side. Not on the side, the work that you do, like you said, you're working for people that that maybe can't even afford your services, but you say it's on the house. And that person was not able to take care of you the way that you should have been. They couldn't compensate you the way you should have been compensated. But you know what? I believe that God always has another person that's going to give you an abundance more than what you asked for, more than what you was expecting, all because of that seed of sacrifice. And just like in the game, those hustle plays lead to wins in business. The extra time that you put in, that little bit of extra that maybe that cut your lunch short, or that little time of preparation leads to you being successful in your business. Well, that's the same way it is when you give and you're doing those little things for people on the outside, especially building your brand like you were just talking about. Now you find out that you got people that you didn't expect to support you, your brand and give to your brand. All of a sudden it's your biggest fans, your biggest supporter, all because of that one time that you didn't charge somebody for AC service, or that one time you didn't charge somebody for laundry service, or whatever it is that you didn't do. You didn't know that seed, how big that seed was going to grow, but you sowed it. The law of nature means it's going to come back to you. That's just how it goes.
And it's amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I see a lot more of these big bamboo trees growing more now over the past 4 or 5 years than I had ever seen in the previous 30 years.
Yeah.
Right. And it's because of that mindset change. Yeah. And that's where it's all at. It's in your mind to flip a switch and say, get rid of greed, right?
Yeah.
Because it's where you get yourself in trouble.
Yeah.
One of the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, greed is the number one thing that you lose relationships. You have people that really, they can't support that. They'll smell it. You'll have people that jump on you and be with you while you're greedy, and then they'll be the main ones. They'll be greedy because you're going to attract their greedy spirit next to you, and then they're going to try to take you out. So, no, I always think about, like you just said, that greed is not something that you want to.
Yeah, act how you want to attract.
Exactly.
Right. So if I'm that greedy person, and as I'm sitting here thinking about this, as a big hockey fan, Connor McDavid's the greatest hockey player in the world right now.
He's so
just on every level. But if you look at his stats, it's not all the goals.
No.
Like what impresses me is the number of assists.
Yeah.
And the way he drives and gives and pours into his teammates to make the entire team better.
Yep.
And it's just that small little example of what giving can do,
yep.
right? That assist, right? John Stockton, the assist master.
I loved him.
Made his team
until he was
amazing.
playing the Bulls. Yeah.
Well, there was the Bulls.
Yeah, the Bulls.
But they ruined a lot of dreams with a lot of teams.
Yeah, and I was happy about that. But I get what you're saying. John Stockton, the way him and Karl Malone had that little synergy together, as far as the mailman, that work was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see. But me, growing in the 80s, being in Los Angeles, I would see Showtime, the Lakers. So Magic Johnson was, before Michael hit the scene, Magic had got me into basketball. And the reason why is because of the flair, the assist. It was something to that assist. It was beautiful. And I'm using that as an analogy to say that in life, if your life is like Magic Johnson and you see how successful how successful he is right now. He doesn't just own a baseball team. He owns a baseball team, a soccer team, a basketball team, football team. He owns more businesses left and right. He travels, on the Mediterranean 24/7. But he's beloved by everybody. The reason why he's beloved by everybody is because everybody knows how he gives. He's not just a taker, he's a giver. So in life that, if you are the type of person that can just give, and not just give, but celebrate when somebody else wins. I want to celebrate like you. The way that you and your wife pours into me and your son allows me to train him, but that was a beautiful thing when we was doing that back in 2020. And then I remember when light bulb flipped for you, it was like, I'm about to take my own business to another level. Well, to watch you grow the way that you've grown, I'm walking around waiting on my Sunny jersey to come in because I'm a fan, and I celebrate every time you tell me you got a new venture going on, because I know how much you give into other people and you praise other people, that I need to be able to give you that same type of energy right back. And that's just with anything. If you don't just give to somebody, make sure that you set them up for success. I got a guy named Kurt Hedges that's in my life. I love him to death. And Kurt is the type of person, not only does he give and pour into my life, but he don't just give just to give. He wants to see me win in everything. He doesn't just stop with just here giving. I'm going to give, and I'm going to make sure you got this, and I'm going to make sure you got that, and I'm going to tell you about this and teach you. And don't just do a surface level. Go deep into it, and you'd be amazed on how you can change a person's life. That's going to create a legacy down the line, and then before you know it, that one person you touch, he's going to be able to touch 100 people, and that 100 people is going to be able to touch 1,000 people, and that 1,000 people is going to be able to touch, and that's what we need in this world right now, don't you think?
100,000%, right? And
yes, sir.
It's amazing just to build on what you're talking about there, because you may think it's just one person.
No,
but use your root system.
Yeah,
right. It's planting seeds all over the place.
Yeah.
It's Johnny Appleseed. Mm-hmm. Just going crazy.
Spreading out
just
the seeds.
Spread them everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's amazing you help that one person, and you're never even going to see the 1,000th person that you've affected.
Nope.
Because it's so far down the line.
Yeah. But
it's there. It's there because you've done so well with that person that it's just that trickle effect. Mm-hmm. And, it's that pay it forward mentality, which I have in, I wrote a book to try and help people.
6 8.
Strength. I started this podcast just to give back and pour into others some things that I've learned along the way. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know everything. Mm-hmm. By golly, I don't know half of the things, but I know really smart people. Mm-hmm. I hang out with amazing people.
You back at you.
And that's what it's all about. Yeah. It's that team that you build around you, and you build that team that's giving. Like, it's just amazing how big something so small can grow. Mm-hmm. And, just with the Be Kind Foundation and a good friend of ours, Jen Hildebrand, and her Hope Foundation to help, her goal and strive to help the mental health issues in America, and specifically here in Arizona. It's just amazing to get and be around her.
Yeah.
Like the uplifting moments with her and the way she speaks and holds herself and the amazing things she does. She did a gala back in October as well for her foundation. And I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about the Ruck for Freedom she's got coming up.
Yeah, that's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to sit up and we're going to try and do some podcast there. And that's celebrating freedom, and above and beyond that, it's celebrating, the armed forces and military. I know her son was in it. I have a long lineage of military veterans in my life. My business partner, Kevin Harper, he's a veteran, and it's just pouring into those other people and helping.
And you think about the sacrifice, like you just said, the military, the sacrifices that they made so that we can do what we're doing right now. So that's an assist from them, and like you said, I couldn't agree with you more in regards to the kind words you said about Jen. Jen is always talking about mental health or trying to help out somebody. And when you see somebody that's an assist giver, you want to assist them. You just want to give. You want to pour in. What can I do to help you? I remember listening to her talk one time, and I had the privilege of going to her house to train her son. And I just told her, hey, this one is on me. What can I do for you? She's like, no, Lance. No. And I'm going to take that. And how much you charging? This. And I was like, okay, I got. But the thing of the matter is, she inspired me to want to give, just do more. Now, I work with the YMCA, so I do my giving with those guys as well. And like you said, with your Be Kind Foundation, I know the feeling that you have with that group based upon what I do with the YMCA. And I just feel like it's meaningless if you just sitting on this earth, just trying to collect and take from people. How much can you take? It's got to be about being able to reciprocate all the blessings that you got, so that you can become a blessing to other folks. That's what it's saying in the Bible. I'm going to bless you so that you can be a blessing. not bless you so that you can sit around and hold your chest out and stick your face out and your arms up and say that I deserve this. You don't deserve nothing. We get everything by grace and mercy. So you got to be able to be that light for the other people when you know that they absolutely need it. Because that's what this world needs. It's a dark world and you need lights out here.
Big, shiny, bright light.
Yes,
just like the stadium lights,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
Shining
sir.
down on the field. You be that person on
Yep.
the field, right? Create your own lights and shine them on you by giving.
Yep.
You don't shine lights on people that are receiving,
Right.
And you see that a lot too.
Yeah.
You get the light shining on some things that maybe shouldn't be shined on, and you. That's where you get into the greed
Yeah, exactly.
and all the deadly sins, right?
Yep.
You just get into
Arrogance,
that
cockiness,
world,
all that. Yep.
and you can't fall victim to that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people do, and that's what I felt inclined to talk about today was just if you're in a rut, find a way to go give.
Yeah.
If you're having money problems, go find a way to give. You don't have to give money to
No.
give.
Time.
There's exactly. Go get some time. Go volunteer somewhere.
Yeah.
Help out at a food bank, a food shelter. Go help. There's a ton of organizations out there that help the homeless.
Yeah.
Right. It don't take no money to go do that.
But the problem is, when you do that type of stuff, you can't be having your phone out and your selfie, like, look at what I'm doing for this person. You got, like I said, you move in silence. Do things as though as you're doing it under God. And if you do that, you're going to you're not thinking about the reward, but you just do things with good heart, good intentions. And if you're not always looking for it to come back to you, you know it's going to come back to you even faster. It's the boomerang effect. But when you're always just doing things, I don't like people that always, I did this. Now look at me. I'm posting this selfie. Look at me. I got this. I'm giving money to this homeless guy. Look at this. No. Those people.
Those are content creators,
right? Content creators. You don't
They're
wanna mess
trying to
up.
build their brand
Yeah.
on fakeness.
Yeah.
And that's not what we're talking about
No.
here. This
No.
is nothing fake. This is truly
Right.
change your heart and go give.
Yep.
Give your time. Volunteer. You don't have to give money.
Right.
I don't give money all the time. I just show up.
Yeah.
Help out.
Yeah.
There's another place here in town called Feed My Starving Children.
Yeah.
Costs you no money to go do, and it's a heck of a good time
Yeah.
if you haven't done that one.
Yeah.
But you just package meals that get shipped around the world to help starving children.
Yeah, Lana puts that together really good. I like the way she champions that.
Yeah.
So you got to play the long game. Like I said, you think about what you're doing now is going to sow the seeds down the line for somebody else. And if you want to, that helps create your garden. You create that environment. I know how you are with your neighbor. You and your neighbors, you guys are always giving. Every time I come around your house, it feels like a neighborhood within the neighborhood. It's a beautiful thing. The dogs are barking at me next door and the chickens and everything. But still, it's just, you guys got that trust in that bond because you guys give to each other. They giving you eggs and then, you giving them help on whatever. So, you want to, I think I said this in our first episode a long time ago that it's lonely at the top, and then when you're at the top, everybody's trying to bring you down. So what you want to do is you want to get on a flat surface where you can bring up 10, 12 people, 15 people, 30 people, because now you got people that can watch your back, and you got people that's there to help you stay on top, opposed to always pulling you down. But you got to have that mindset of givers gain, which we know where that comes from, which is being our group. But it's just a matter of just always thinking about giving first. Get that assist before you score. You do that. Don't worry about who don't see it. Know that God see it, and you're going to get the reward when you need it, or you're going to get that blessing when you need it, or just thank God that you're in position to be a blessing.
Yeah, 100%. Put yourself into that position, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
that's all about life.
Yep.
Getting yourself into a position to make a play.
Yep.
Right? It may score, it may be an assist, but you got to put yourself into the position because guess what? No one else is going to.
Nobody else is going to do it. Nope.
You've got to do it yourself. You've
Make
got
it
to
happen.
take action. We talk about that all the time. You got to take action and take action today on being thankful and be giving.
Got it.
And I'm going to wrap this up. We don't promote a whole lot around here, but I'd be remiss if we didn't bring Jen back into the picture here and talk about her Ruck for Freedom.
Let's do it.
It's coming up that Saturday after Thanksgiving. If you stuff yourself too full, it's a great opportunity to get out there and get active. So if you're in Arizona listening to this, come join us. Lance and I are going to be there. The Ruck for Freedom is going to be an amazing time.
Yep.
People falling out of the sky, out of helicopters and
Yep.
airplanes, and it's just going to be a day full of blessings. So
Yes, it is.
reach out to one of us, hit up the Keep Playing podcast. We'd love to have you join us.
Yep.
Might even get you a discount code to get you in the race.
That'd be awesome.
I think if you won, there's two groups. If you win one of them, you get Chick-fil-A for a year. Was that what it is?
Is that what? I don't know what it is.
I think that's what it is because I was like, ooh, I better get to really training.
All right. Well, then
But this is gonna be fun.
training afterwards said you get all that Chick-fil-A for a year. So
Well, we'll wrap this up
Yes,
here.
sir.
We'd love to see you out at the Ruck coming up here in a few weeks,
Yep.
and join us, have some fun.
Yep.
We're gonna do some podcasting right there live. We're gonna talk some of these military vets, and we're gonna see how they keep playing as well, because we know quite a few in the business world as well, in the sacrifice and the giving nature that they have. We're gonna give them a voice too. So
let's honor our military. That's the best way about it. We want to honor the military.
absolutely.
Yes, sir.
I'm Sonny. That's Lance. Keep playing.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for tuning in to Keep Playing with Sonny Burt and Lance Johnson, the show where athletes turn sports into business success. If today's episode hit a home run, be sure to follow, rate, and review the show. Share it with a teammate and tag us on socials to keep the conversation going. And remember, the season might end, but the game never does.
Keep showing up, keep growing, and most of all, keep playing.